What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Matchmaker Monday, here with Jimmy and Ginger. And today, we got another great fighter to talk about and matchmake for you. None other than motherfucking undefeated Boars, Khamzat Chimaev, the Wolf. I love Khamzat, Ginger. He's great. I remember watching this dude, make his UFC debut, and just was it fucking I believe it was
It was John Phillips.
yes, that was I couldn't think of it. I knew it though. John Phillips landed one strike on him, I believe, across 6 minutes and 12 seconds because he gets a Darce choke a minute and 12 seconds into the second round, making his UFC debut against someone that was 22-9 going into that fight. And he was 6-0. Like, incredible for him to be able to do that. Had so much hype on him. Dude ends up fighting 10 days later, but instead of at 185, goes down to 170 and just absolutely smashes Reese McKee, making his UFC debut. And to be fair, because Khamzat, he really is a middleweight fighting at welterweight, And
100%.
Reese McKee took that fight on short notice, and he was a lightweight moving up to welterweight. So, that was just a terrible one for Reese. That just...
Oh, yeah, no. He had no recourse. Like, that was, like, moving up from 55 to 70, the guys are already going to be bigger. And now you're fighting someone who's supposed to be fighting at 185, so he's just even bigger and even stronger.
Who's big for 185. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, did you see?
I'm not sure he's like extremely big for 185, but he's definitely not. He's not on the lower end of the 185 spectrum.
You seen him
grapple? More middle to a little bit over.
You seen him grapple with Jack Hermanson? Jack Hermanson is a very good sized 185er, and he made Jack look small in there. That shit was like he was a good amount bigger than Jack when they wrestled. Either way, though, smashes poor little Reese McKee in that fight.
Yep.
Not even a full 2 months later, a week under, moves back up to 185 and just one punches Gerald Mearshard in the first round, 17 seconds. Just
made it easy. It was the first punch he threw because he threw a leg kick before that.
Yeah.
Backs him up to the cage, gets backed up to the cage, throws that straight, and just sleeps. Gerald Mearshard, GM3.
Just
easily.
Another
holy shit.
And both those fights back to back, no punches landed on him.
Nope. Not a single one.
And then so that was September 2020, ends up getting COVID and ends up across the next 6 months having 3 canceled bouts with Leon Edwards, which I remember in that time, poor fucking Leon, them trying to give him that. That was so fucked up.
It was. Like, the whole Leon Edwards situation was fucked up because he got stuck in England when he was supposed to be fighting Tyron Woodley.
Yep.
And that was more than likely going to be for him his shot at getting a title shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was going to be a title eliminator at that point. And then, just can't get any fights, was stuck in England for a while. And then they were trying to push Khamzat to fight Leon, who was ranked number 3 at the time, at welterweight, against someone who is only 3 fights into his UFC run.
One fight in the weight class against someone making their UFC debut.
It was actually very disrespectful to Leon Edwards.
Super.
Like, holy shit, how are you gonna do that to someone who's been in your organization for so long?
That's the UFC, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, for real.
But so ends up fighting a little over a year later, October 2021, first round rear naked choke, smashes the Leech, Jing Liang.
Yes.
That another fight, just nothing. Dominant, no contest at all.
No, just picks up Li Jingliang, walks him over to his corner.
Walks him over to Dana.
He's yelling shit at Dana White, slams him to the ground, takes the back, and gets the rear naked choke, completely chokes out Li Jingliang.
Yep.
And then calls out everybody, yelling, "I'm the champ!
Yep.
I'm hitting! I kill everybody! I kill everybody! I'm the champ! I'm the king!"
Ah, yeah, that shit was great. But then gets a big step up after that, still at 170. Has a war with Gilbert Burns. Absolutely amazing. Fight of the year candidate. Beautiful.
100%.
And he finishes off the year, September 2022, with a easy first round Darce choke over Kevin Holland. Like that just smashed him. I don't even know why they made that fight. It was stupid.
Because it was supposed to be
I
Nate Diaz at 170.
Even still,
Khamzat misses weight by what, 8 pounds?
Yeah, it was like 8 pounds.
Something stupid. And Holland was already supposed to be fighting at a catch weight of 180. So they shuffled around.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Kevin Holland versus D-Rod, Li Jigliang versus Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz versus Khamzat.
Yeah.
Switch
we got
up
Nate versus Tony, Khamzat versus Kevin, and then D-Rod versus the Leech.
Yeah, the most insane circumstances. The UFC somehow just switched everyone up. Somehow all the fighters agreed to it, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, on a day's notice, that's insane. All after after the weigh-ins and stuff, they were all managed to get it together, insane.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so with that, motherfucking Khamzat Chimaev, 12-0 overall, 6-0 in the UFC.
Yes, sir.
Clearly, after the last one, he should not be fighting at welterweight, but his coach says that for big fights, and he's just like, oh, Khamzat, he said Khamzat should be fighting at 185, that's what makes sense, but he's just like, we can get him to 170 if he has to, we can make a miracle happen, and it will happen, and it's just that's not how you should be thinking going into weight cuts.
No.
But with that, right now, 170, you got motherfucking Leon as your champ. He's rematching Usman in fucking less than 2 weeks at this point.
Yes,
UFC wants to do Khamzat versus Colby, but Colby ain't fighting anyone. And really, at that point, I don't see Khamzat fighting anyone else underneath him at 170 at the moment.
No.
So,
because if they're saying big fights, Bilal isn't a big fight. They just fought Burns.
Yep.
And
Wonder Boy's not a big fight. He literally got out-grappled by Burns and Bilal, and it's...
So, literally...
Jeff Neal did just lose to fucking Shavkat Rakhmonov, though. The UFC, I don't think they try to book it now, though, in all reality.
I don't think they try to book Khamzat versus Shavkat.
There's no point to it.
Exactly. There's not a point. They don't...
Why would you want to, Khamzat's going to move up. Why would you make one of them not be undefeated anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It kind of just defeats the purpose
of what
they're both doing at the moment. And it just doesn't even make sense just because, again, that's not a big fight for Khamzat. Khamzat's not going to, they're not going to want to fight that at 170.
It's not going to.
They want Colby, Usman, or the champ. And honestly, I could see, man.
I think that they are going to sit and wait for, the next 2 weeks. Because also, Khamzat's not fighting until the end of Ramadan anyway, so there's plenty of time to sit and wait how things play out.
Exactly.
So, honestly, with that, I just realized that you're going to have both 170 and 185 championship bouts resolved before, Khamzat's even ready to come back. So that's honestly, that's a very good thing for the UFC.
100%.
Because especially if Leon wins, I just feel like they're gonna try and do Leon versus Khamzat.
Yeah, that was booked 3 times already. Yep. They tried to book it. It makes sense. No, they're gonna do that. No, didn't Dana say he wanted to see Khamzat make weight before he gave him a title shot?
Yeah, that is true.
So honestly, at that point, I can see him fighting the loser of Leon Usman, Colby getting that shot, and then him fighting for a title.
That's possible. That is possible. I just feel like that's dumb.
I mean, yes but no, because I do agree with Dana. It's because then if he goes into a title shot, misses weight again, that just
I guess for me,
that's the worst thing to happen.
I guess for me, it's not like he was like it's not like he's never made 170 before, you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And it's also like the older he gets, the harder it's going to be for him to make weight
Mhm.
anyway. So because UFC, they want to do big fights and they prolong big fights to make the time right and everything. So you're just
Yes.
going to waste so much time. And like, so even if you get him, by the time you get him in his next fight, even if
Mhm.
he does make weight like on that, he might fucking be like, by the time he gets lined up for the title shot after that, he like might just be like, fuck this shit. I'm not doing it anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
uh,
maybe. But like
it's,
that's
I don't know.
I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, you can't miss weight by 8 pounds in your last fight and then get a title. Like in my opinion, you cannot do that.
I agree. That's very fair.
So that's why I'm like, yeah, no, he's probably going to be fighting at least one more
Yeah.
before he can get a 170 title shot. Which is why, and they want Colby Chimaev, and that's a good fight. I wouldn't mind seeing it,
Mhm.
but I don't know if Colby takes it.
I
And
don't think he does.
honestly, after Usman and Leon have their fight, neither of them really have a contender.
No, yeah.
So unless you like put Colby or Hamzat in there, and if you're gonna go with that route, and you're saying I'm not giving Hamzat a title shot until I can see he makes 170 again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Colby, and it's gonna be him versus the loser of Usman Leon, whoever that may be. And honestly, either one of those fights is interesting.
No,
So
100%. Both of them. I feel like the Usman one, I'm a little bit less just because he's getting older and stuff. So it's like, especially if he loses again, to Leon, then it's
no,
like,
yeah,
but that's why I feel like the most likely scenario is that Hamzat's next fight's going to be at 185.
yeah,
And I mean, 185, that there are so many good fights for him there. So you have
oh yeah,
Izzy and Pajeda doing their rematch. Whitaker, like he's calling out Whitaker, and Whitaker's down for that fight. So
yeah.
that might be the one that they end up going to. I feel like less so because they're gonna want Hamzat in the title fight at 185, and what's a better way to
Hmm.
ruin that hype train than putting him against Whitaker? Like,
Whitaker, who's literally like only been defeated by Israel Adesanya.
yeah. Yeah, like it's not like
It
yeah.
That's a hard
When
out
you
for
have
any
Jared Cannonier
185er.
sitting there, you know what I mean? You got
Yeah.
fucking Marvin Vittori, Roman Dolidze fighting. The winner of that could easily end up fighting Hamzat.
Yep.
You also though you want to get fucking Hamzat easily into a title fight at 185 and have him have a legitimate top 5 win. Dracus Duplessis.
Drakus motherfucking Duplessis.
Bro, that is if Derek Brunson was able to get him down and hold him round 1, he's getting smashed by Hamza round 1. That's
No,
not even a close
yeah.
fight. That is
Oh, not only
easy.
that, Hamza has more power than Brunson.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
he's not only gonna be able to take him down. He throws a straight. He's gonna hurt Duplessis. He's gonna then take him down and then probably choke him out.
Oh yeah. That shit, he might just knock him out on the feet too, because
He
Brunson was
might.
hurting him like terribly.
No, yeah, exactly. And so like, Drakus is an easy way to get him up into that top 5 at 185. In
100%.
all honesty,
That's
I
his easiest
think
fight at this point.
that's his. I think Cannonier's probably just may not as easy, but just somewhere in that ballpark. That's his next
That,
easiest in the
that's
top
very
5.
fair. That's very fair. Cannoneer just has more danger to it, but I do think that
Yeah,
it is
just because of
like
power, but
exactly, but it can easily play out and look like the same exact fight. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, exactly. Because like Cannonier hasn't not fought a lot of the wrestlers at 185
Nope.
because you look at his record
Yo, he got
at
taken down and
185.
controlled by Brunson round 1. He lost round 1 to
Yeah,
Brunson before knocking him out,
no, yeah,
just like Dricus.
the people, yeah, and like I said, the people he's fought 185: David Branch, Anderson Silva, Hermanson, Whitaker, Gastelum, Brunson, and then lost to Izzy, and then barely beat
Yeah,
Sean Strickland.
he literally fought 2 grapplers, Brunson and Hermanson.
Yeah,
And Brunson took him down first round, controlled him. He lost that round, and then all he had to do was touch Jack, and Jack got scared of the power, and that fight was his. So it's like,
yeah.
so yeah, that's
So
that's also a very easy fight, and honestly, a
mhm,
bigger, more legitimate win even too for Hamzat the
it would be.
for to get the Jared win than Dricus.
Yes.
So I mean, honestly, the for my heart of the most fun and like awesome, I want to see him fight Whitaker. That's a fucking great fight.
That is
That's
a great fight.
Whitaker will take that man to deep waters like no one else
Yeah,
like has, and
it will
oh
be
man,
it will be very similar to the Gilbert Burns fight
yeah, 100%.
because
Also, we who knows how
Robert.
like hit because I
Mhm,
feel like he probably does have better power at 185 than he does 70.
mhm.
I think he's probably more depleted, more drained at 170. And he probably is like,
No, yeah, but
well, I
like
don't know. Oh, he might be able to knock out Whitaker too. Who knows?
potentially, but like Whitaker is the type of guy that it's going to be an extremely tough test if you cannot put him away.
Oh, 100%. There's
Because
no doubt
Whitaker
about
is
it.
not easy to take down. He's not easy to keep down,
Nope.
and he is not an easy task for damn near anyone on the feet.
Nah, he's your best wrestler
So
right now at 185 for sure.
so trying to do all that, like it's gonna be hard for Hamzat to do what he normally does and just uh, you know, dominate through 3 to 5 rounds
Oh
potentially
yeah.
because I can easily see that being a main event.
Oh, 100. It really should be. Yeah. That's such a good fight. Yeah. Oh, I would love to see it, but
Hmm.
probably what 185 maybe Jared is the most likely, and 170 probably loser of Leon Usman. Honestly, I think that's the most likely.
I think that's the most likely. 185 is interesting just in terms of like who's the most likely, just because we don't know what even like
Yeah.
they would be thinking.
When he wants to move up and where
Because
everyone's gonna be at that point
no,
too. It's
exactly, because like we mentioned, Roma Delite and Marvin Vittori are fighting
yep.
soon, and that's going to be resolved by the time Hamzat comes back. Whoever
Yep,
wins
that could
that,
shake up top five. Like, yeah, Brunson just
yeah,
lost to
easily.
Duplessis to shake up the top five. Like,
Yep.
Paulo
Izzy's going to be
Costa,
fighting Bajeda.
yeah, Paulo Costa could end up getting released from the UFC or like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You never like there's a lot of
Mhm.
ways in different.
There's a lot of
There's a
things that
lot of
can
things that can
happen.
happen that can shake up that top 10, top 15 of 185 in the next
Oh
year
yeah,
or so.
100%.
And
Got Brendan
I am
Allen
all
calling
for
out
it.
half the top 10
Yep.
already, so
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be good. Either way, I am very excited for motherfucking Boris Khamzat Chimaev to
mhm.
come back into the octagon, and I just hope he keeps on putting on performances like he has. Because if he can against
Yeah.
like the higher level of competition,
Mhm.
I'm rooting for this dude to be triple champ. Let's fucking go,
Triple champ.
Khamzat.
Man, you're
Oh
putting
man.
up against the potential of a 205 champ?
Nah,
God.
nah, because by that point he's gonna be too big and happy. So we're talking 85, 205, and heavyweight.
Oh my god.
He takes down Izzy in the first round and submits him to get the 85 belt. He takes down Jamal Hill and subs him in the first round to get the 205 belt. And then after John Jones beats Stipe and then retires, Cyril Gane's going to win the vacant title because he's still the next best heavyweight. And then he's going to take down Cyril Gane and sub him in the first round. Khamzat Chimaev for triple
Oh,
champ.
I was about to say, I don't know about that last one, just because with the deficiencies we've seen Gon have, if Blades can get
Blades, bro,
past
I know. I
Pavlovich,
know. Oh my God, I know.
Blades takes him down and controls the fuck
Yeah,
out of him.
I know. But that's for another video. That
For
wraps
real.
up motherfucking Matchmaker Monday. Hamzat's great. Future fights are
Oh
great.
yeah.
I can't wait. Thank you everyone for watching. Like, subscribe. We just got a podcast that dropped yesterday. We're going to have maybe another new type of video coming out later on in the week, so stay tuned for that. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.